Good day, everybody. This is Blackheart6. We're going to do another video here. This is something I've been thinking about and something I've been wanting to do for a while. And I'm sorry I've been busy trying to get these two scenarios finished and ready before 1.3. That's why I haven't been doing any videos. But as part of this scenarios I'm working on, I've come up with this action, and I wanted to share it with everybody and get a video out for you, so you can use it in your scenarios if you want. Okay, so that said, we're going to take two things that we've already covered in the scenario framework wiki. All right, we're going to take the deliver task, and we're going to use this on and off switch. So we did two videos on this stuff. This was the logic thing from the samples. I think it was called buffer in there. And then we're going to use this task deliver. And what we're going to do is, the one thing that's always bothered me about the Intel task is the finishing part of it, the delivery. It's kind of uneventful, right? So in Combat Ops Everon, they upped it up a little bit by having you put it in a box. Well, that's okay, all right. That's a little bit better than just moving to an extract and having it, magically complete. So one thing I wanted to do was, okay, so what do you do with this intel? Well, you could take it to somebody and give it to them, or you could simulate transmitting over a radio. So, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to set up a radio station and have you, perform the action transmit by, pushing down the F button on a key, on the microphone key, handset key, and simulate transmitting the intel. So what I want to do first is I want to make a couple copies of things. Let's see, what is this? Slot player, trigger, slot. I should mark this stuff. Okay, because I have no idea what this is. So we're just going to get rid of it. All right, and let's go out here to where this area is at. I'll probably, as soon as I see it, I'll know it. Perel Bay. Yeah, I don't remember what I was doing out there. Okay, so let's find a place where we can work at. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been on this island. Okay. So we're going to drag our area out here. And what we want to do is, the first thing we want to do is we're not going to rebuild this stuff from scratch. There's no sense in that. So let's go to the tasks, and we're going to get the deliver task, create a copy of it, and place it down here, drop it in our area, and we've got then these components. We need to turn this on. Enable. Sorry about this. My screen is set up for a different resolution. All right. And then that's the pick. We're going to get rid of these picks. We don't need them for this demonstration. Select all one, random, yes. Okay, and then we're going to add in a layer here. Okay. And then we're going to put this slot delivery in here, and we're going to set that layer to on trigger activation. All right, and then this here we need turned on as well. And then tasks, layer deliver 1, we need to change that to task deliver. Task deliver 2. Okay, so that's that. This should work. All right, let's snap everything to ground. Zero it out. That way we know where everything is at. Okay. So we've got everything zeroed out. We know that should be our document right here. And it is. Okay, let's pick it up just a little bit so we can see it easier. Float it in the air. Okay, save that. And now we're going to leave this here for now. the next thing we have to do here, okay, so we've got our task set up, so let's just do a quick check of that. And we want to move, let's move this out of the area. And let's turn on, show debug, it is on. And where'd it go? That's why I don't see it, because it's not zeroed out. Yeah, it's way away. Okay, that's why I can't see it. Okay, there it is. Still don't know why I don't see the debug. Should be on. All right. That's on. Okay, this is all on. All right, so let's just do a quick test, play from camera position. I'm trying to do these things from scratch so everybody can see, you know, and then we'll go through all the components and what they are in more detail, but I just how I do it. Okay, so there's the locate the intel. That should be it right there, right? Yep. Okay, so that's there. Pick it up. Deliver the intel. Take it over here. Let's test something. Okay. All right, you see how that's grayed out? It's because we're triggering the layer that this slot delivery is in, and that's going to be normal. All right, and then let's drop the intel. Intel lost. Pick up. Okay, we got it. Deliver intel. Yep, and it goes back. Okay, and it stays right where it's the last known position. Okay, so that seems to be working okay. And then, of course, it's not going to finish because we have that on trigger. Okay, so that is working correctly. All right, now the other half of this is what we want to do is we want to simulate that, okay, you've got your intel, you hold on to it, you go do some more missions, and then you got to take it to some point, and you've got to utilize a radio, and you've got to transmit on the radio to finish the task. So what we want to do here is now we're going to go to our samples that we did, and we're going to go to on and off switch, and we're going to create a copy of that, and we'll go down here and we'll just drop it in. There's our little, we can get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, first of all, we don't need another area. We can put everything inside. We'll leave it in two separate areas for right now, just for simplicity of explaining things. So this cabinet, we can get rid of the cabinet. It serves no purpose. We can get rid of the red button, and we can get rid of the slot, I believe. Yeah, because all the action's on the layer. Okay. Yep. So we can get rid of the slot. Okay, so now we're left with this green button. Okay, now what you want to do here is you want to change this green button to a different object. And so what we want to do is go radio PRC77. Okay, and of course you're going to get the backpack, but you want the radio station AN PRC77. You want to select that file there, the XOB, okay, the object file. Select that, it will change to that, and as you can see, it's sitting right there. And we'll go ahead and reorient it. And if you notice that it's like really large, okay, so you have to set the scale because we adjusted the scale. If you use this, just make sure you set the scale down so it's set properly. Okay, and then the next thing we want to do here is we're just going to grab a table. And let's see, table US food. Okay, so Table US food 1. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so we just put a table in here, something to set the radio on. Put that back up here. Actually, we want to move this stuff up into the area. We don't need this layer anymore. Oh, no, whoop, almost deleted that. Didn't want to do that. So let's put the radio on the table. Okay. And what you want to do with this is you have these 4 components in here. You want to go to your action manager. Once you get your radio positioned, what you want to do is you want to go to where it says offset. Okay. I'm not going to go down deep into this because we've already covered that in the other video, but we do want to move this because we've changed the mesh object to a different shape and size, so we need to move this so it's in a proper position of where we want it. And all you do is you just click in the offset box and grab it and pull it up. And I got to tell you, BI, thank you so much for putting these little squares on here to tell you when you're breaking the plane of a surface. It's fabulous. It really helps with orientating, where you're at on things. So we come up until we just break the plane, and it should be right there. Okay? So as you can see, these numbers updated. If you click out of there, you've got to re-click back in here to get this little item back up. You can see how it jumped down. So now it's down there, but if I click here, it moves up. It moves up to where this offset is at, and that's how you move that around. So we got our radio handle set up. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to go to the task deliver. And this is where, so here in this layer, we have all the action. This is where you want the action happening, is on the layer task. Okay, remember, a layer task is still nothing more than a layer. So you want to get these items over there. So you just go here, you say on user action event, you right click on that and you copy it. And then you go to your task and you say on init, user action. So let's do a search for user action. There's change user action or on user action event. That's the one we want. And you right click on that and you paste. Okay. So now you've got just your basic stuff set up. Then the getter, all right, we said the getter is the green button. So we're going to change this. We're going to change the name of this. Obviously, it's not. And we're going to put, base station. Base station radio, let's call it. Let's call it base station radio. So we change it to that. And then we go here and we say, all right, it's going to be called base station radio. Hit that in there. And you leave this to perform action. Remember, you have these 3. You can start an action, perform a continuous action, or cancel an action. So we're going to perform the action. And on here, it's got these 2 actions. We don't want to use these. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get rid of this. And we're going to get rid of this. Now, the next thing that's important here is that you put these actions in the correct order. So the first thing I want to do is I want to play a sound. All right, and then the next thing I want to do after that is, let me think about this. So I'm gonna key the mic. I'm gonna play a sound, and what I want to do is I want to do a wait and execute. And in that wait and execute, I want to do a change task state to finished, and it's going to be task deliver to, and I want to remove from inventory. And I'm going to put in here, what is the getter on this? Prefab filter, player. So you get the player entity. Specific prefab name is going to be the Intel. Always, I select include children just in case there's anything in there. I did just out of habit. So we got that. Remove item from inventory. Wait and execute. And then, let's put a wait and execute on this thing of, let's put 10 seconds. And we're going to add one more thing here. We're going to play another sound. So we're going to have two sounds playing. And we're going to drag that down below that. Okay, these orders that these are in is important. You've got to change the task state first to finish before you can remove it from the inventory. If you remove it from the inventory first, then it will cause an error, and it will just continuously loop because it doesn't see the it's executed, but it can't see the it can't see the Intel folder because you've removed it. So change task state first before you remove it, and then we want to play this sound last because we're going to play this sound first over here. Now this sound I know is sound underscore CP underscore TAC. I think we're going to use that one here. This sound I've got to find. So how do we find a sound? We can go over that real quick. And there's one more thing I want to do. I want to go back to my base. Oh, I did set that to 5 seconds, didn't I? Double check. Duration, no. 5 seconds on the button press. So what I did was I went back to the action, went down to the duration and set that to 5. We'll go back over this. I'm just trying to get this set up and going so I can demonstrate it for you. Save that. So we want to do a sound. So we need to go to the sound editor. And that is over here. I'll drag and drop it in. There we go. Did it leave it open? It did not. Shoot. Is there like a most recent on this? Aha, yes, there is. So Radio Pro, we want to do this one, I think. Sound fire grid, return fire. Yeah, that wasn't it. I think it was this one.
Alpha Main to all stations. Friendly forces have arrived at Point Kansas. Out.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the one we want. So I'm going to move this over here. All right. So let's go back to our task deliver. Go down to our actions. And what we want to do is in that first sound, we're going to put in sound HQRIF US. Okay. All right. So that should be it. And let me see something here. I missed something. I knew it. Okay. What you want to... God dog it. I hate that. Play sound. Put that back up there. You have to spawn the... you got to spawn the layer. Also. So play sound. Let's add spawn objects. Now we're not going to put a wait and delay on that. We're going to spawn them right away. We want that layer to spawn right away. And the reason you do this is so you don't trigger it when you walk into it. So it is layer 18. So you go to layer 18. That'll spawn right away, and then 10 seconds later, it'll change the task state to finish. All right. let's see what happens. Let's play this. If this works on the first time, I'm amazed. Okay, there's our Intel. So let's just look at it real quick. Intel, locate Intel. Find the radio code book, this case here. Okay, hide objectives. Pick up. We got the radio code book. It says deliver, take Intel to the CIA ground branch operator. Okay. So we go over here. Obviously, we would tell this task to do something different. So you walk up to your radio. As you can see, it's on the mic. It says press. Okay. You can change that to read whatever you want. Okay. Intel's complete. Did not get the sounds.
Havoc 1, this is Alpha Main.
There it goes.
Do not respond. Our guys are hearing a lot of panic on enemy comms. Keep that up and try to exploit the situation. Out.
Okay. The Intel task is gone. All right. You can see. I think we're down here. Intel task is gone. The sound did play, but not the first sound for some reason. I'll have to look at that. Maybe I typed it in wrong or something. But that all worked, and that's how you do that. So that's an example of being able to complete a task by using the radio. Now, if you go through and redo this, you can get this radio to also spawn tasks and launch tasks, just depending on how you put that action in there and what you want to do with it. So let's go back to where the actions are. Play sound. Did I type that in right? Sound underscore HQRIFUS. So why didn't that play? That should have played. And then it spawned the objects. Change state. So not sure why that sound did not play. It should. Once you press the button for 5 seconds, that first sound should play. So I'd have to troubleshoot that and work on down. So that's pretty much it. The key thing is just getting the actions. If you go to the samples and copy over that, it's in the conditional logic. If you go to the one called buffer, if you go in here, you can see there's the green button, the red button, and the slot. This is, I've already covered all this in that one video, so all you have to do is go over here and copy it out, bring it over to yours, paste it in, edit the way you want to edit. Edit the generic entities, put a new mesh object on there, and then you can figure out your actions however you want to do it. So obviously you got to have some experience with this before you can just jump right in and do it. So hopefully if you're not at that point, you need to figure out how this stuff all works first. And I think that's pretty much it. Where are we at time-wise? $24 minutes. Yeah, that's not too bad. Not too bad for doing something from scratch. Let me just, yeah, that's it. I think we'll call it. It's almost 30 minutes. That's a little long for me. Okay, y'all have a great night. Appreciate it. Thanks.